Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Litter Media Live. We had a special edition about an hour ago and back with our daily news topics program for a Wednesday. This is Wednesday, right?
This is Wednesday.
July the 10th.
Doesn't seem like Wednesday.
24. What do you think it seems like?
Thursday.
It's just because you want the weekend to be here.
I do want the
You
weekend.
got a big weekend ahead of you, don't you?
I do.
You're a best man in a wedding.
I am a best man in a wedding.
You got your speech yet?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
No.
Because yesterday you didn't have it.
No, not yet.
You got any ideas? Any thoughts?
Oh, yeah. I've been working on it, but it's not finalized.
Okay. I just thought maybe you were like, you could always use the dog ate my homework type thing.
I could.
Yeah. Just to see if that'll fly.
Maybe I'll just wing it.
That's the best thing. Yeah. It's like people that read prayers. I'm not criticizing that. I'm just thinking that if it comes from your heart, probably means a little bit more. Weather. We were talking about Beryl coming through, or the remnants of Beryl yesterday. I guess, is Beryl a he or a she name?
I don't know if I've ever met someone named Beryl. So I don't know.
Well,
the way it's spelled, I would say it's a woman's name.
Okay. Let's go that way. The remnants of that is coming through even today. The gusty winds that we are experiencing out there, fortunately not too bad for us. That's part of that, what was left of the Hurricane Beryl that's coming through. Where I live, we didn't get hardly any rain. I think it kind of sprinkled throughout the evening, or the overnight, rather, but nothing to write home about. Some other areas might have gotten a little bit more rain than that. But the forecast for today, cloudy skies, windy. I don't think the wind gusts will be any higher than maybe 25 or 30 miles per hour. The temperature actually hit a high this morning, and it's dropping as we go. I think 73 is where it's going to level off this afternoon. But then we're going to see some clearing this evening and into the overnight. Tonight's overnight low will be 65. And then the sunshine with no rain in the forecast Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 87 for the highs Thursday and Friday, 90 on Saturday and Sunday. When we come back, we'll take a look at today's news topics, and there are several to talk about, including a couple of items in local sports. And quite a debut for a rookie for the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
And it's just what the doctor ordered, some offense. All that coming up here on Litter Media Live. One of our great sponsors, of course, is Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. And they've been around for more than 4 decades. If you have a need in any of these 3 categories, give them a call. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Haynes Total Healthcare Center is celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website to learn more. HaynesHealth.com.
And we've been talking a lot this week about our new website look at littermedia.com, if you've not had a look at it yet. And I still want to beat this drum as much as we can. I think one of the nicer parts of this improvement is the YouTube. Everything that Aaron or Dan puts up as far as new interviews, features from our Litter Media YouTube, it's right there, easy to see, and easy to get to at littermedia.com. One of our top stories today, Adena Health yesterday announcing a new joint venture partnership with national home health leader Alternate Solutions Health Network to advance home health and hospice services across South, Central, and Southern Ohio. Now, the new home health and hospice collaboration will be jointly owned by Adena Health and ASHN and will operate as Adena Home Health and Hospice, and that goes into effect next month, the month of August.
Yeah. Chillicothe City School District is seeking feedback from the community concerning their strategic plan. To read through the strategic plan and submit feedback, you can find the strategic plan section on the district website by going to the menu button and scrolling to the very bottom. They will stop collecting feedback on July 15th.
All right. The Ross County Humane Society presents Dueling for Dogs music show at the Chillicothe Elks Hall. That's coming up this Saturday, July the 13th. It starts at 5:30. Also, the public is invited to a summer lecture series event hosted by the Ross County Historical Society. Author and native Ohioan Kathy Schulz will be reading from her new book, The Underground Railroad in Ohio. Now, you might remember that was scheduled earlier. It had to be rescheduled, and it's going to be held this Saturday, July 13th at 7:30 on the grounds of the Ross County Heritage Center at 45 West 5th Street in Chillicothe, and it is free and open to the public.
The Pickaway Agriculture and Event Center is gearing up to host the one-of-a-kind 7-mile Bluegrass Festival from July 25th to 27th. This is the 6th year of the festival, and this year event organizer Billy Self chose to bring it to Pickaway County, where he has personal roots. Self emphasized the significance of choosing the Pickaway Agriculture and Event Center as the venue. The 2024 festival headliners include Larry Gillis on Thursday, Williamson Branch and the legendary Grascals on Friday, and the house band 7 Mile on Friday and Saturday nights, showcasing their original music. And on your next visit to Jackson's Manpower Park, be sure to scroll through the Mayor's Orchard. First planted in 2022, the Mayor's Orchard was a joint project of Jackson Mayor Randy Evans and the City of Jackson's Tree Commission for a place for future Apple Festival courts to be photographed, as well as to have a community display of the iconic Jackson emblem. In just 2 years, the project is proving to be fruitful.
A little play on words there.
And you wrote that, so.
Well, actually, I stole it from their, or I borrowed it from their social media site. Plan to join in for the annual Wings of Remembrance butterfly release ceremony hosted by Adena Health Hospice Care. You can honor a loved one who moved on from hospice care this past year. Release a butterfly in their memory and reflect with others. The event will be held July the 16th from 5 to 7 p.m. on Hospital Road. To RSVP or for inquiries, call 779-4667. The latest update on Superload number 13. Today, it is moving up US 23 in Pike County. That's probably still where it is of now, but it will soon be into the Chillicothe area where they will move from 23 on to 35 to Route 104. The overnight location today will stop north of Chillicothe on State Route 104 at the 207 intersection and then move on through Pickaway County tomorrow. When we come back, we'll look at sports. Another good night for the Reds after a 3-game losing streak. Now they've won 2 in a row and welcoming a new Reds player who's come in with a bang. All that coming up next on Litter Media Live. If you're doing a cleanup project around your property, these are the folks you want to get a hold of for a dumpster to put your stuff in, your junk. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 253-8389 for a free estimate.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
In sports, the recent Ohio Special Olympics were held in Columbus. Now, we told you a little bit about this, some of the local competitors about a week ago, but we now have a web story at littermedia.com that has more information about all of the local participants and how they placed in their competition. They competed in 3 of the 8 sports, Ross County Special Olympics in Columbus at the Special Olympics, Ohio's largest annual competition, the State Summer Games. That was June the 28th through the 30th. There are a number of athletes that participated from all over Ohio, and Ross County's local program had 14 athletes compete in athletics, such as track and field. 24 athletes competed in bowling and 7 in powerlifting for a total of 45 athletes. You can find all of the specifics of how they did at our website, storylittermedia.com. High school softball coaches will be able to use electronic devices in the dugout for one-way communication to the catcher while the team is on defense beginning this coming spring 2025. This landmark change was the highlight of the National Federation High School Softball Rule Committee's 2 rules recommendations, which were forwarded on as a result of the committee's annual rules meeting in Indianapolis. So again, that will take effect. You don't have to use it, but you can. So the coach in the dugout could be on like a walkie or something like that. And I think you see it in the major leagues. The catcher will always have that earpiece that pops out when they take their helmet off. That's basically what it is. And by and large, it's to tell the catcher what to signal to the pitcher to pitch.
Yeah.
Next pitch. So that starts next spring.
In baseball, I think I jinxed the Paints yesterday.
You did it.
They fell to the Kings 6-1, which we were talking yesterday about how good their offense was, and they only put up 1 run yesterday.
Yeah, after 12. But they are at Johnstown tonight at 7.
In the pro leagues, the Reds beat the Rockies 12-6 as rookie Rhys Hines becomes the first MLB player in history to get 5 extra base hits in his first 2 games. He added a monster 458-foot home run, a triple, and a double last night.
This guy has been a brute. I think one of the things they said, he was when he was down in the minors, he was swinging so hard at every pitch that he was striking out too much.
Right.
They said, just make contact. You're such a big guy. He's like 6'4", 235 or something like that. You're such a big guy. If you just make contact, the ball's going to go. Mm-hmm. Well, last night, I think the 458-foot home run was the longest that a Reds player has hit in I don't know how many years at Great American Ballpark. Go Reds.
I'd hit it farther.
Yeah, right.
And the Guardians edged out the Tigers last night 9-8.
And that snapped a 4-game winning streak for the Tigers that actually started with a 3-game sweep in Cincinnati. When we come back, we're taking you back to the year 1962, something that has to do with the patent office and how you ride or drive in an automobile. That's coming up next on Litter Media Live.
Litter Quality Propane, 92 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652. Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
State. Talking about a cousin of mine, his grandmother on his mom's side is 107, and she still drives a car. I sat with her at a wedding 2 years ago when she was 105, and she's as sharp as a tack. And they were I think Ronald was going to look up some information as to, he thinks that she might be the oldest current driver in the state of Ohio.
I'd say so.
And if they find that out to be the case, we will do whatever we can for a Litter Media feature.
That'd be great.
We would not probably ask her to climb the steps, although Ronald said she could probably do it.
We could do a ride-along.
Yeah, but yeah, that's your assignment. You can say that you rode with the oldest driver in the state of Ohio. On this date in 1962, the United States Patent Office issues the Swedish engineer Nils Bohlin. Do we have a picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Well,
I didn't want to spoil the surprise.
I'd rather you look at this young, pretty girl than me reading it. A patent for his 3-point automobile safety belt for use in vehicles, especially road vehicles. Now, seat belts were around before this, but it was always just the laptop belt.
Right.
This is the harness. We call it a harness, but back then they were calling it the 3-point automobile safety belt. But that was patented for the Swedish engineer on this date in 1962.
What was he doing here?
This is the great melting pot, remember?
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember automobiles that had bench seats. I mean, even in the front.
Right.
The bucket seats, as they called them, that came along. I think you started seeing that some in the maybe late 60s or early 70s. I suppose the Ford Mustang could have been. That might be a good a trivia question to look up. What was the first car with a bucket seat? But as far as commercial passenger use, it was common to have the bench seat.
Right.
So if you weren't wearing a seatbelt, which was not mandatory, I mean, even after the seatbelts came along, it wasn't necessarily a law in every state you had to wear one. So if, like, when we were kids, riding with my dad with that bench seat, you were sliding all over the place if you didn't have yourself buckled up. So,
and nowadays, if you sit in the car and you don't put your seatbelt on, your car will yell at you.
That's right. And you'll get the ticket because where for many years, for example, in Ohio, you couldn't be stopped for not wearing a seatbelt. It had to that was a secondary offense is the way it was termed. They had to stop you for some other primary offense in order to ticket you for not wearing a seatbelt. Well, now, if they see that you don't have that, see, that's the thing, the difference about the harness or the 3-point strap, as opposed, they couldn't see whether you had only a laptop belt, but if they don't see that harness strap, there you know there's a pretty good chance you're not buckled in, and they can stop you for that alone now. So I think it's been well proven over the years statistically that wearing a seatbelt has saved a lot of lives.
Click it or ticket.
Yeah, so that is the message for today. And it all started on this date in 1962. Tomorrow, no more special editions unless we get one put together between now and Friday. But our daily program is back with you again tomorrow at 11 o'clock as well as on Friday. Dan Ramey is on assignment this week. I'll be away next week, likewise, but we'll still be populating stories on our websites and providing fodder for these young men to carry on.
Yes.
Carry on, my wayward son. Yes.
Kansas.
Go Reds. Keep winning. Reese Hines, keep hitting. Let's see if we can get a sweep of the Rockies. They play tonight. It's an afternoon game. Tomorrow, the Paints again in Johnstown tonight. So until we meet tomorrow, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, for
Aaron Glendon.
I'm Mike Smith. From all of us at Litter Media Live, have a great Wednesday, everyone. See you tomorrow.